Hello, Centerville United Methodist Church. This is Will Montgomery, lead pastor, coming to you not with a devotion on this Tuesday, but with announcements. While we're between pastors, I'm going to be offering on Tuesday announcements and then on Thursday that video devotion. One of the announcements is about tonight. We have a town hall meeting. It's at 7 o'clock. And the purpose of this town hall meeting is twofold. One is to hear about a recommendation for the next phase of repairs to our building, and it involves doors and windows replacements. And we'll just hear more about that and what it all entails. And the second part is to hear from our Healthy Church team members. We've had a few meetings now. We've also reviewed the results of the survey, and I thank you for those members who took time to fill that out. But we'll hear more about that and what all is involved in the stages to returning to in-person worship. So again, it's nothing that we're voting on tonight. We're just getting out information to you. And the voting for the project will actually take place at the church council meeting next week. But for tonight, town hall, and it's a Zoom town hall. And so if you haven't already gotten the link, you have till about 4 o'clock today to call the church office or send Cindy Osborne an email, and she'll gladly send you that Zoom link so that you can take part in this town hall meeting. Again, that's tonight at 7 o'clock. The next meeting I want to let you know about is the Charge Conference that's scheduled for Tuesday, the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. And this is a Charge Conference / Church Council. This is when the Church Council was slated to meet. And because of that, we decided let's just do the first part of this meeting as a Charge Conference. And it really is a formality, because what we have to do whenever there's a pastoral change is to set the compensation for the incoming pastor. And so that's what we'll be doing for the first part of that meeting. It is the same compensation that we had for the first 6 months of the year will be for the remaining part of this year. And so again, it's just a mere formality as we seek to welcome Pastor Marty Riggenbach. This is something that we have to do for Charge Conference. But after that, it is a church council, and all church council meetings are open to members and friends of the church. You can have voice at these meetings, but when it comes to voting matters, only church council members are the ones who have voting privileges on church matters. That is also a Zoom link. It is a different Zoom link. And so if you want to come to the church conference / church council, call the church office and Cindy will get to you that link, or send her an email and she'll get you that different link for that meeting. I haven't said something now for a couple Sundays, but we do have a Zoom prayer meeting every Wednesday at noon. And just thought I'd put that back out there for you. And again, you know the routine. If you're interested, call the church office, send Cindy Osborne an email, and she'll give you that Zoom link to take part in that recurring meeting that takes place again on noon on Wednesdays. We are preparing to welcome Pastor Marty Riggenbach to our pastoral staff. Her first Sunday with us will be July 5th, and her first sermon will be on July 12th. And just as we had to be creative in saying goodbye to Pastor Ellen, we're going to have to be creative in ways that we would welcome Pastor Marty to our church. Normally we would have some kind of reception or a meal welcoming her, but we're not going to be able to do that on the 5th of July. But I encourage you, if you're involved in a small group, maybe talk amongst yourselves about ways that your small group can reach out and welcome Pastor Marty. We'll get all her information in terms of email out to you at a later time. But go ahead and be thinking now about how your small group might welcome Pastor Marty in the weeks to come. One last announcement in regards to food distribution. You hear me talk about that a lot on Sundays when we worship, and really thanking you for the outpouring of love that's taking place, both with financial generosity geared toward food distribution, but also the food that comes in on a daily basis that's put in the food cart there. We have started, we're now in week 3 on another distribution on Wednesdays where we take food to the Centerville Library and distribute food there. That's a pretty extensive undertaking. In addition to Grace Ministries and food sending to the schools, and because of that, our Mission Council has set aside some funding to have a part-time person oversee that and not burden Phil more with all that he's already got going on with the food distribution ministry. And so Jeremy Vest, our youth director, who's part-time, will take on this role as well. It's not taking away from his time with youth, but it's just adding on to what he's doing in the life of the church. And he'll be doing this through August as we seek to meet the growing need of people who are hungry in our community. But just wanted you to be aware of that Jeremy Vest will be doing that Wednesday food distribution. Again, that's a very part-time position added on to his youth responsibilities. Want to remind you always to go to our church website to learn about other ministries and the ways that you can take part in ministry even in the season of social distancing. Also to encourage you to continue to worship at 9:15 and 11:15. I know we all long to come back for in-person worship, but this is what we've got, and this is what we're able to do in the season of living through this pandemic. So we hope that you'll continue to take part in worship at 9:15 and 11:15 each and every Sunday. Take care, and God bless.